أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I welcome you all in today's online session. Hope you all are fine and have a good health. We start today's session with the verses of Holy Quran. The session was end on the advantages of and disadvantages of HRC views. We further again start the session with the discussion of views, therefore carry the normal current without overheating. When the fault occurs, the current increases and the fuse element melts before the fault current reaches its first peak. The heat produced in the process vaporizes the melt silver element. Silver matter, that is the element, is in place in between the endpoints. The chemical reaction between the silver vapor and the filling powder results in the formation of a high resistance substance which helps in quenching the arc. Quenching the arc mechanism is to manage the arc and into the whole fuse housing. Furtherly, moving toward the advantages of fuse, they are capable of clearing high as well as low fault currents. They do not deteriorate with age. They have high speed of operation. They provide reliable discrimination. They require no maintenance. They are cheaper than other circuit interrupting devices of equal breaking capacity. They permit consistent performance. So these are the advantages of HRC fuses. Further, the disadvantages, they have to replace after each operation, because when the short circuit and the kind of fault occur on the device of fuse, then the in between element would be melt, would be burn out, vanish. So it needs to be replaced in each and every operation. The link of fuse has to be replaced in every time. Heat produced, because it is not a circuit breaker to again operate by on operation, because fuses operate in one time during the fault condition. But the category of breaker, categorically, it operates in 3 to 4 times, and after that, it should be replaced. But if talk about the fuse can only be operate only one time. But circuit breaker can be operate from tripping operation to on operation in 3 to 4 times, until and unless the dead short circuit and a harmful amount of fault cannot be created in the circuit breaker through the circuit breaker. Heat produced by the arc may affect the associated switches. Now further, associated switches means the parallel further operation or series further operation that is driven by the fuse. HRC fuse is the tripping device. Sometimes HRC fuse cartridge fuse is provided with tripping device. So this is another feature of HRC fuse. But in practical scenarios, in most of the common scenario, HRC fuse didn't be use the tripping operation as device. When the fuse blows out under fault condition, the tripping device causes the circuit breaker to operate at a certain time, as that is mentioned in the figure, that the plunger is connected here. Further, the chemical charge which is imposed here, weak in weak link is also be available there after that chemical charge. Tungsten shunt also be there. Silver fuse element also connected in these lines, or we can see in these lines. So shows the essential part of the HRC fuse with the tripping device. The body of the fuse is of ceramic material with the metallic cap rigidly fixed at the each end. Means that at this end and even this bottom end when also. The body of the fuse is of ceramic material with the metallic cap rigidly fixed at each end. These are connected by the number of silver fuse elements. At one end is a plunger which under fault condition means the one end hits the tripping mechanism of the circuit breaker and cause it to operate. So these are the further mechanism by which it operate, and further we discuss the concept of advantages of the stripping mechanism of HRC fuses, which are in case of single phase fault on the three phase system, the plunger operates the tripping mechanism of the circuit breaker to open all the three phases and thus prevents single phasing. The effect of full short circuit current needs not to consider in the choice of circuit breaker. This permits the use of a relatively inexpensive circuit breaker. The fuse strip circuit breaker is generally capable of dealing with fairly small fault itself, thus avoids the necessary for replacing the fuse except after highest currents for which it is intended. So these are the further advantages of tripping mechanism based HRC fuse. The lower HRC fuses, which is used in LV side, may be built with a breaking capacity of 16,000 ampere. This one is the breaking capacity of fuses which can be handled at this one. Breaking capacity is the enormous amount of capacity by which the device can be handled at the moment of fault, and 6 kiloampere to 30 kiloampere at 440 volt. It is the enormous amount of current at the breaking capacity of HRC fuse at low voltage, because at low voltage can be low but current could be very much high. So the 6 kiloampere and 30 kiloampere HRC fuse should be too much bulky in weight as well. They are extensively used on low voltage distribution system against overload and short circuit condition even also. So it is the very essential part. Up till now you can understand the importance of HRC fuse. Either they are the tripping mechanism or either without that. So this is the way that how it looks like the HRC fuse. Please look at this in one or 2 minutes to understand the scenarios and the internal structure of high voltage fuse and how it works. Before that, we are discussing about the high voltage fuses and low voltage fuse, sorry. And this mechanism is we seen in this picture. It is the high voltage fuse. So please look at some of the minute of I can take the break of 1 or 2 minutes, and you have the task to study it by yourself. Okay, after a short break, we again continue the session. So I was discussed about the high voltage fuse. So further we are discussing about the high voltage fuse, that what is the working principle and how to deal at high voltage. The voltage isn't in kV, but the ampere would be in least of its value, as the vice versa concept in low voltage. The low voltage fuses discussed so far have low normal current rating and breaking capacity. The tendency to handle the kind of ampere that we call a breaking capacity in sense of kilo of ampere. Therefore, they cannot be successfully used on modern high voltage circuit. Intensive reach by the manufacturer and supply engineers has led to the development of high voltage fuses. Some of the high voltage fuses are in cartridge type, which is filled by the cartridge. This is a similar in general construction to the low voltage cartridge type, except the special design or feature as incorporated. Some design employ fuse elements wound in the form of the helix. So helix is a kind of box in which it fixed, so as to avoid corona effect. Corona effect is high voltage impact on which the chattering, arcing would be produced and physically appear. So it is not the coronavirus, it is the corona effect, which is mainly used in most of the power transmission line up to 20 kV, 132 kV, 66 kV, and as well 500 kV at the high voltage. So that's the reason could be produced at this level. On some design, there are two fuse elements in parallel, one of low resistance silver wire and the other of high resistance tungsten wire. So silver wire have the least resistance, but the tungsten wire, we all know that the highest amount of resistance material in the field of electrical engineering. We up till study that it only have the capability uh, tungsten of material. Under normal load conditions, the low resistance element carries the normal current. When a fault occurs, the low resistance element is blown out, blown means burn out, and out of the high resistance element reduces the short circuit current and finally breaks the circuit. So this is how it works. The high voltage cartridge fuses are used up to 33 kV with the breaking capacity about 8.7 kilo of ampere. So this one is the breaking capacity in terms of amperes. In kilo of ampere, you can say at that voltage. So particularly when a short circuit and fault would be occur in the system, the high voltage cartridge of fuse can be handled by operating voltage up to 33 kV. This is the nominal operating voltage, but at the same time, the breaking capacity which bear by the fuse at that movement is 8.7 kilo ampere at that particular voltage rating. Rating of the order of 200 ampere and 6.6 kV and 11 kV and 50 ampere at 33 kV are also available. So at the same scenario, the cartridge type have the normal rating by which it handle, it is 33 kV, and then the other type of equipment which is used at high voltages, it would be liquid type. Operating voltage of ampere is 100 ampere and the operating kV rating is up to 132 kV. The capacity on short circuit ring which is handled by this liquid type fuse is 6.1 kilo of ampere. So this was all about the high voltage fuses. So up till now, anyone of you have any kind of question query? In today's session, please feel free to discuss. I will answer the kind of question and resolve your queries. Okay, further we are discussing about the liquid type high voltage fuse and the internal structure of fuse. You can see the vent cap which is on the above side, top side, and further the fuse link which is starting from the side cord which is filled by the internal mechanism liquid directed filled by this way. The flexible connections are also be made out there. Spring mechanism, the glass tube by which it fills, and transparently it looks like the internal structure, that how it looks like. Further, the weakened cap of the bottom side would be filled by this way, and the hole then the whole fuse would be seen by this way. Further, the third one is metal clad fuses. Metal clad fuses are we discuss about. The oil immersed fuse have been developed with the object of providing a substitute for the oil circuit breaker. In oil circuit breaker, we use the kind of the circuit breaker. Oil is used, immersed oil as using as a medium. Such fuses can be used for very high voltage circuits and operate most satisfactorily under short circuit conditions, approaching their rated capacity on which it deals. So the current capacity of the fuse element can also be found by the formula, in which the expression could be seen by this way. Further, we moving towards further the concept of relays, that what are relays and how it looks like. What are relays? Relays are electrical switches that open and close another circuit under certain conditions. So the operation of relay, we all know about the scenario. So further, we are discussing about the electrical relay are the electrical switches that operate and close another circuit under certain conditions, certain abnormal conditions and fault condition on which relay can be operated in latching purpose, unlatching purpose, and all the other scenarios the relay can be operated and can be dealt. So further, we are discussing about the topic what is protective relays. Protective relays are devices which monitor power system conditions. Either they are working on normal conditions, so it cannot be deal in abnormal conditions what way, and if it's work in abnormal condition, then the certain operation of protective relay can be deal at that time. Operate to quickly and accurately isolate faults or dangerous conditions. A well-designed protective system can limit damage to equipment as well as minimize the extent of associated service interruption. Those services or those operations which are driven by circuit of operations or nominal operations of circuits which are in series, parallel, and integrated operations which are associated as a service by the driving the load, that interruption can be done. So relay purpose, isolate controlling circuit from controlled circuit. Control high voltage system with low voltage. This one is a unique operation, that the controlling operation of any kind of relay, power relay, is deal by the low voltage. Single phase of phase and neutral control high current system with low current. So this one also a vice versa feature and similar feature as in controlling of high voltage system with low voltage and control high current system with low current. Further, the logic functions can also be built in the relay, on which the kind of arithmetic logic operation would be mostly deal in the power system operation of relays, in which the if the on the principle of like logic gates, it also follow the kind of instructions. Further, the types of relays mainly used in the types that electromagnetic relays, EMRs, solid state relays, which are there is no mechanical context to switch the circuit. Microprocessor based relays commonly used in power system monitoring and protection. So these are the scenarios, the types of relays which are used in different kind of functionality and their applicable applications. Further, the advantages and disadvantages we further discuss about the session, and I'm taking a 1 2 minute of break to, and you have a task to read and understand by yourself the advantages and disadvantages of relays. Okay, after the short break, we are discussing about the advantages and disadvantages of electrical relays and about the advantages of electromagnetic relays. Simplicity, these relays are simplicity, simplified, and self-explanatory functions which are seen and observed by the user, not expensive. It is inexpensive and cost-effective relays which are mainly used in many kind of operations. Further, solid-state relays which are SSRs, no mechanical movements and faster than EMR. So solid-state relays are in use in fast switching operations most of the times, and most of the operations of fast switching means the IGBTs and MOSFETs, MOG, the kind of operation can be dealt by solid state relays. The electromagnetic relays are over voltage, under voltage, over current relays, mainly the kind of these nominal switching operations. Electromagnetic relays can be used and applicable the kind of these operations. But the solid state relays are deal in the kind of operation in which the fast switching required, like in inverters, like in cycloconverters, the kind of application we need to use there. Further, can anybody confirm me is my voice is clear to you and screen share as well with you? Can anybody confirm me? So, okay, thank you very much. We further continue the session. Voice is clear and screen appear as well on your screen. So microprocessor based relays, these are also sophisticated, much precise, provide the response in within time. The kind of relays are mainly used. So microprocessor based relays are much higher precision, which work on high accurately and precisely to provide its response and within time as well, and more reliable and durable, capable of both digital and analog input outputs. So that's the reason we use and mainly use the kind of things, because electromagnetic relays mostly are in analog form. Solid state relays are also analog in form. They are operate and switch their operation by digital devices can be, but mostly their responses, their operation could be in the form of analog operations. But digital operations are deal as input output, and further the higher than cost. So it is more expensive than as compared to the two of them. So higher cost is also the important factor in the sophisticated relays. So we are only used in those operations which we required in both analog and digital capable input outputs, and for precise and durable reliable aspects. Even higher costs also involved in these aspects. Advantages for using protective relays: detect system failures when they occur and isolate the fault section from the remaining of the system. So these are also the key advantages which are be interested in the kind of things. Mitigating the effects of failures. Mitigating means to deal, entertain, and operate when the fault occur at that particular moment after they occur. Minimize risk of fire, danger to personnel and other higher voltage systems. So particularly we use these kind of relays at that movement. So this one is the last slide of today's session, and then we wind up our today's session and further start in next class as well. So the last slide of today's session is components of power system protection, in which it deal and it is used. Decide whether the system is quantity and normal abnormal breadth of the system protection. So first, a power of utility provided its supply from or through from power system to the transducers. So transducers are the types of systems which can convert your uh, one form of electricity to another form of energy. These sophisticated phenomena are we called a transducer. CTs and PTs also connected there as an instrument transformer to sense the parameters. These devices change electrical quantities to level relays can use in 5 amperes and 115 volt as well. Further, they switched the transducer to relays. Relays decide the particular operation is in normal condition or an abnormal condition. Stabilized or non-stabilized can be dealt and obtained by these relays, and then the operation could be provided to the circuit breaker after the relays. Before this instant, if quantities are in normal, so the single signal is sent to the breaker that it going through that electrical power the normal way. And if the quantities are abnormal, signal is sent to the breaker to trip at that particular movement. These sensing can also be sensed by a circuit breaker. It is not that only to operate the relays to circuit breaker and then it trip. The tripping operation can also be built in the circuit breaker by which it deals. So this is all about today's session, and we need to end today's session. And if you have any kind of question or query regarding today's session, please feel free to discuss. I will answer the kind of question and resolve your queries if you have in your mind regarding today's session. And this is time to end the session. Hopefully, you enjoy the session and understand all the kind of things and parameters which we discussed in today's session about the fuse, types of fuse, high voltage fuse, low voltage fuse, and the components of protection relays and how it works, the electromagnetic relays, so solid state relays, and microprocessor based relays. We wind up the session by of today's session. Allah Hafiz.